woman closely to her left ear, and she screamed and hit the elbow of the fellow she stood next to, who then turned and slapped her so hard he changed the world. He became a superhero. Tim slapped her for what seemed like 3 seconds to Earth's son, who did run to his dad, who chilling in the pad, but then passionate went mad, called all the boys downstairs, who were of course prepared to do anything but run scared, aware that death may come but not in vain. Insanely they galloped down the street in melee wielding pistols and bats hewn by beating rats. And it just so happened that somebody from Tim's church left the house at the same time, as if divine intervention was mentioned later. Hate her or no, she couldn't control what took hold of her and hold to the depths of her soul. She looked troubled as she saw them shuffle toward a man who was now huddled in a weak-looking ball after the one punch then fall that was released by the gangster in question. But the lesson wasn't learned yet. She did fret, so called the pose, because that was her best bet. She was ticked off, but her time ain't yet. Shireen, a girl of 8 years old who saw the act that rocked the world and sure ensured Earth a sense of legacy and future. But today she happened to glance out at the world, at first visually undeterred, until she then was spurred to glance further up the curve, now disturbed so intently that she entered a dimension where her senses left her with so much apprehension, and the mention of it after would make her cry deep from her center. That was Primo's mom. She was an angel to Shireen. When her mom got dimes or whatever, couldn't get clean, still a damn fiend, she remembered a similar criminal come in and take her mom in the biblical sense was not used but abused, and only pain could be heard as her mom squeaked and uttered. Primo took Shireen by the hand, then did the man she called quickly his mom, who swiftly came to stop this insane inhumanity. Herb maced him after she ran in, scooped the kids up as he chased them until she had him safe and faced him. She then confessed their relationships passed in the night, silently. The criminal left non-violently. From then on, saw a hero in Earth's eyes that hid behind a girlish smile, fouled and filed for the tame guys of the wild. But Shireen grew up and stood up. 10 years later, the Lord's favor led her to work at the newspaper, and her first story was of a childhood savior named Earth. But 2 days from today is a different time. Today's just a day yesterday stood behind. In order for tomorrow to come, some morals and sorrow must thumb. Hitchhiking or bike riding fate, or God will show his hand. And you briefly see a spot for you to not kneel but stand. In Tim's plot, he had an infinitesimal festival of a thought. Before he demoted her to whore with his pimp slap, he saw both options as if slotted impossibly like a map. He could eat it, be defeated. I know she hit my elbow in my general soul spell as she shrieked in my ear. Or I could quell this rebellious hellion and put inside her God's fear. And then my boys will be aghast at how fast I popped off. She lost, I win. A hero once again. But now, Tim's all bruised and battered. His personal effects from checks to Vicks are all misused and scattered. Tim's mom's church friend, the Mad Hatter, ran as she chattered about the upcoming swine flu epidemic. The cop pandemic now evident and prevalent. Thugs now reticent to sirens, legs on fire as they flee. Violence free accomplished, the victim unresponsive. Shireen viewed the scene once more, sure that she would tell the story, our tales, how Earth was failed. Different forever in her mind, the eyes of a child, innocent, now vigilant, aiming for change.